Hey, this is Pastor Michael Urisha, and I want to invite you to hit that like and subscribe button and drop us a comment if you will. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you receive all of our updates. God bless you. Come on, let's get to the Word.
Since October 7th, there has been a global spiritual shift with the brutal attack by Hamas on Israeli civilians that was nothing short of barbaric. On Sunday, October 8th, that morning I addressed the issue here, and I stated that even though America came out and supported Israel, for the most part, it wouldn't be long until we turned away. Now, I didn't say that as a prophet. I don't proclaim to be a prophet. I just said that because I read and I study the Word of God. Are you with me? In a matter of weeks, the protest began not only here in the United States, but around the world, from Australia to Africa, from Europe to America. The hatred of Israel was bubbling underneath the surface all along. It just took an event to trigger the manifestation. Now, it's full-blown, even in our own government. Is somebody hearing me? Here's a question. How does Israel, who was brutally and viciously attacked by a bunch of barbarians, then because of the retaliation, now they become the bad guy. They become the oppressor. Please somebody explain to me how that happens. The protest, the slogan is, from the river to the sea, Palestine must be free. That's what they proclaim. So let's understand what they're asking for in their protest. From the river to the sea, Palestine must be free is a mandate for the genocide of the Jewish people. They want to annihilate the Jewish people. So what river are they talking about? They're talking about the Jordan River. What sea are they talking about? It's the Mediterranean Sea. That, my friend, if you don't know your geography, is the entire nation of Israel. They want to wipe them out. Hamas is very, very clear in their charter because it states it right there in writing, and they make it public, and it's non-negotiable. They are not looking for any kind of a negotiation. Listen, my friends, don't be deceived. Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, Iran, and others don't want peace. They don't want land. They want the extermination of the Jews, and they proudly and publicly state it, and they are unequivocal. So why don't any of these politicians simply take them at their word and believe them? It's crazy. If I say I'm going to kill you, guess what? You should believe that I'm going to kill you. But none of them want to believe it. In 2005, then President George W. Bush made a land for peace agreement in the Middle East. Listen, big mistake. Right after he signed the agreement for Israel to give their land away, Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast. How many of you remember Hurricane Katrina? We suffered almost 2,000 deaths in America, and it cost upwards of $125 billion. Record-setting event in our country. Listen, the message here, don't give God's land away. Ever since 2005, since that agreement was signed, when Gaza was turned over to the Palestinians, after they were given their land for peace, they have been firing thousands of rockets into Israel from that land that Israel gave them. They don't want land, church. They don't want peace. They want to annihilate the Jews. Now let me tell you the reason why. Because it's a spiritual war. Satan himself is behind this. Because if he can annihilate the Jews, he makes God out to be a liar. Because the Word of God states that it is Jehovah who watches over Israel, and he never slumbers, he never sleeps. Why so much about Israel? Because the Word of God says as long as the sun, the moon, and the stars are in the sky, Israel would never cease to exist. Why so much about Israel? Because if God doesn't save Israel as his word proclaims, that would make him out to be a liar. And if he is a liar, our salvation is useless. Did somebody hear that? So in the supernatural as well as in the natural, Israel is fighting for their very existence. So to their credit, they are not letting up. And before you begin to cry out about innocent civilians getting killed, and it's true, they are, unfortunately, there's no doubt. That's an unfortunate consequence of war. How many of you know war is ugly? There's never a pretty war. It's always ugly. However, there's no military on earth that even comes close to Israel in warning their enemy about military attacks. They send leaflets in airdrops. They send text messages, they send WhatsApps, they send emails letting the Palestinians know, listen, we're coming to this village because we're taking out this building on this date and time, get out of Dodge. They let them know. So the opposition knows. But the truth is, in recent polling, listen, 82% of the Palestinians that live in Gaza supported the attack on Israel on October 7th. So this talking point that most Palestinians in Gaza are peaceful, it's a lie. They want to annihilate Israel. Does God love them? Absolutely, he does. He gave his one and only begotten son for the Palestinians as well. Are you with me? Should we love them? Absolutely, because we should pray for their salvation, that they would come to know. And we thank God that many of them are getting saved through visions because Jesus is showing up to them. Somebody thank God. Listen, Gaza has been given billions of dollars over the years to help them build infrastructure, schools, hospital, roads, airports, etc. However, they spent the vast majority of this money to build its hundreds of miles of elaborate military tunnels in which to attack Israel. More and more nations are turning. South Africa recently filed a criminal complaint in the World Court against Israel for apartheid. If anybody should understand apartheid, it should be Mzansi. It should be South Africa. Are you with me? Now, in the case of South Africa, if you could prep that video, Caleb, it's going to come here in a minute. In the case of South Africa, during their apartheid, they had an all-white government while the majority of the population was black. That is apartheid. Are you following me? The majority had no voice in the parliament. However, Israel's parliament is not ruled even by all Israelis. There are people there from different faiths, different nationalities in there as well. It's the only democracy in the Middle East. So here's my question to the South African government. Why don't you file some criminal complaints against Turkey? How about Iran? How about Afghanistan? How about Gaza? They don't have any Israelis on their government. Furthermore, listen, did you know that the United Nations has filed more sanctions against Israel than all other countries combined? They don't file them against North Korea. They don't file them against Iran or China or Russia, anybody else, but it's Israel. This is spiritual warfare, saints of God. But listen, I thank God there is a true church in South Africa. They're standing up. They're letting their voices be heard. Roll the video, Caleb.
As South Africans, we are here to deliver a message of hope to the people of Israel, and also to make it very clear that our government does not speak for us. Our government has chosen a side of terrorists, of cold, evil people. After seeing the houses that are burnt here, after seeing children that were taken hostage, I don't understand how can we side and even go as far as the ICJ to defend such atrocities. Please do not ever assume that our government or the political party in government speaks for the majority of South Africans. This has nothing to do with the history of South Africa. This has nothing to do with freedom fighting. This is evil. Let's call it that. Evil. So, people of Israel, as South Africans, we are here to tell you that we are not ANC. Our people stand in solidarity with you against hate. They stand in solidarity with you against terrorism. Bring them back home now.
Come on, somebody put your hands together for the church in South Africa.
Hey, this is Pastor Michael Urisha, and I hope you enjoyed today's short word. Now, you can help us spread the gospel of Jesus Christ all over the earth by simply hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And last but not least, share this message with all your friends and family. Well, God bless you, and Maranatha. Jesus Christ is coming soon.